Hello all, Shadwell here, ready to talk about the next film in my collection, Chapter 27 from 2007. It's directed by J.P. Schaefer and stars Jared Leto and Lindsay Lohan. I don't know about you, but when I hear the title of this film, I get really strong memories of that Jim Carrey starring disaster piece, The Number 23. Partly because I keep thinking that the movie is titled Chapter 23, which it isn't, but I had to look it up to disprove that to myself. This film is a biopic about the 3 days John Lennon's assassins spent in New York City before ultimately shooting John Lennon dead outside his home. And to start off with, I will be referring to him as him, or as John Lennon's assassin in this review, instead of by his actual name. I'm playing the pronoun game because Paul McCartney and Yoko Ono, in the wake of the needless tragedy of John Lennon's death, released statements that said something to the effect of, "Don't use his name because that gives him the fame and notoriety he was seeking." And I agree with that statement, so I won't be using his name. But if you don't know the name of John Lennon's assassin, or you want to hear it for any reason, Google is free, I guess? Alright, Chapter 27. I guess I can talk about the title because its meaning is a bit obtuse. It refers to the book The Catcher in the Rye, John Lennon's assassin's favorite book, which had only 26 chapters, and so somehow these last 3 days of Lennon's life comprise that hypothetical 27th chapter. This movie isn't great. It's not terrible, but it certainly isn't great. It gives me a bit of a queasy feeling in my gut because it does feel like paying some service to John Lennon's assassin in one way or another, even if that wasn't the intention of writer-director J.P. Schaefer. Hell, I'm not even that big of a fan of John Lennon, and yet I'm still of the mind that maybe this film existing is letting the assassin win by taking 3 days of his life and displaying them in an open and honest way. Even if it paints him in a negative light, it still paints him in a light, if that makes any sense. The one thing this film does have going for it, however, is a mesmerizing performance from Jared Leto, who gained 67 pounds to portray the assassin of John Lennon. He disappears into the role of John Lennon's assassin, and it isn't just because he gained some weight. It's the light and raspy quality of his voice, it's the constant pushing his glasses up his nose by the bridge, it's all the little things that turn a performance into a thing of greatness. I don't even like Leto that much, but I have to admit, he knocked my socks off in this role. All things considered, I'm going to give Chapter 27 a C-, and tomorrow we move on to another 2000 film, Charlie's Angels. See y'all then.